In our last episode, we stepped back from Europe to witness Franz Josef's heartbreak over his brother Maximilian's doomed adventure in Mexico, a tragedy that deepened his sense of fate closing in. But now, with his personal world shattered by the deaths of his son, wife, and brother, Franz Josef turned his gaze back to Europe, desperate to restore the Habsburg dynasty's strength. And nowhere did he see more opportunity or danger than in the Balkans. This is Road to Destruction, the World Wars. In the decades following the Compromise of 1867, Franz Josef's empire had staggered through personal tragedy and political paralysis. But in 1878, an opportunity emerged that promised to restore Austria-Hungary's prestige, if only it didn't destroy it first. That year, the Ottoman Empire's decline sparked a crisis in the Balkans. Serbia and Montenegro had gone to war with the Ottomans. Russia intervened, defeating the Ottomans and threatening to redraw the entire region. Alarmed, the European powers convened the Congress of Berlin to prevent a wider war. The great powers of Europe gathered at the Congress of Berlin to redraw the map of the Balkans after Russia's crushing victory over the Ottoman Empire. The Balkans had become the powder keg of Europe, a chaotic, multi-ethnic frontier of collapsing Ottoman authority, rising Slavic nationalism, and endless intrigue. Austria-Hungary, weakened by its defeats but eager to reassert itself, saw a chance thanks to its powerful ally presiding over the Congress, the ever-watchful German Chancellor Otto von Bismarck, who styled himself an honest broker, offered a chance to project power into the Balkans, contain rising Serbian ambitions, and restore Habsburg prestige. But it was also a poisoned chalice, adding over 1 million restless Slavs to an empire already straining under ethnic tensions. The agreement that emerged gave Austria-Hungary the right to occupy and administer Bosnia-Herzegovina, 2 provinces long under Ottoman rule. But crucially, they remained officially Ottoman territory. Vienna was granted authority to govern them, build infrastructure, collect taxes, establish courts, but not to annex them outright. It was a diplomatic compromise meant to stabilize the region without provoking Russia or Serbia. Yet as history would show, it planted the seeds of future catastrophe. When Austrian troops marched into Bosnia in August 1878, they encountered fierce resistance from both Muslim and Orthodox communities. Rather than a quick show of force, the occupation turned into a brutal mountain war that claimed over 5,000 Austro-Hungarian casualties before the last strongholds surrendered. Nevertheless, Austria-Hungary established firm control. Administrators arrived to modernize the provinces, constructing railways, reorganizing towns, introducing schools, and imposing Viennese bureaucracy. To the empire's leaders, Bosnia-Herzegovina became a symbol of renewed strength, proof that the monarchy still had a future. But this victory was deeply flawed. Bosnia was occupied, not annexed, and remained legally Ottoman. This ambiguous status turned the provinces into a diplomatic powder keg. Bosnia's new administration transformed regional politics overnight. Serbia, which dreamed of uniting the South Slavs, now found Austria-Hungary standing squarely in its path. The Serbs saw Vienna's occupation as a deliberate blockade of their ambitions. Cross-border tensions flared, secret societies emerged, spies and agitators crossed the new border, radicalized by the sense that Austria was strangling the South Slav cause. Austria-Hungary's occupation of Bosnia did not just reshape local borders, it redefined the empire's relationship with its neighbors and allies. Meanwhile, Austria's relationship with Germany evolved alongside these Balkan entanglements. Under Wilhelm I and Bismarck, Berlin supported Vienna's efforts. Both empires feared Russian advances in the Balkans, but the Berlin Conference of 1884-85, convened by Bismarck to divide Africa among European powers, highlighted Austria's contrasting ambitions. While Germany and others carved up colonies overseas, Austria refused to join the African scramble. Vienna's eyes remained fixed on the Balkans, convinced its destiny lay not in faraway lands, but in the volatile heart of Europe. When Wilhelm II succeeded his grandfather in 1888, the dynamic shifted dramatically. Wilhelm's impulsive, adventurous approach to foreign policy contrasted with Bismarck's cautious realism. Franz Joseph, now the elder statesman of Europe, likely viewed the young Kaiser's bravado with concern, but also saw opportunity. Austria's alignment with Germany grew tighter, especially as Wilhelm signaled he would support more assertive policies in the Balkans. This alliance emboldened Vienna, but also deepened its entanglement with Berlin's fate. In Vienna, the occupation was hailed as a masterstroke, a revival of the Habsburg mission in the Balkans. Franz Josef's ministers celebrated the modernization of roads and railways. Newspapers praised the empire's new reach, but beneath the surface, the lack of formal annexation left Bosnia in a legal and political limbo. The region's Muslims feared expropriation. Orthodox Serbs bristled under foreign rule. Revolutionary committees in Belgrade and beyond plotted how to ignite revolt. By the 1890s, the occupation's early triumphalism gave way to grim reality. Austria-Hungary had burdened itself with a province it could neither easily control nor let go of, turning Bosnia into a pressure cooker that only grew more volatile with each year. What Franz Josef viewed as his empire's last great success was in fact a poisoned chalice. Bosnia's ambiguous status inflamed Serbia's rage, drew Russia's attention, and made Austria's every move a potential spark in a region primed for explosion. Austria's gamble in Bosnia gave the empire a foothold in the Balkans, but at a steep cost. It transformed a distant province into the heart of Europe's most dangerous fault line, and soon the empire would face an enemy determined to finish what Bosnia's occupation had started. In our next episode, Serbia Rising, Austria's dangerous new enemy, we explore how Serbian nationalism and Russian ambitions collided with Austria's Balkan designs, pushing Europe closer to the brink of a conflict that would engulf the world. This is Road to Destruction, the World Wars.